Hello, hello, hello. There we are. Oh, hello and happy new year, everyone. I am absolutely delighted to be being here today and the start of a new year. And I think it's going to be a different year coming up. And it's January 6th, Wednesday. And this is something I'm going to be doing every week for you, the insights for heart-centered entrepreneurs. So every Wednesday, I am going to be going live here on Facebook and on my YouTube page at 1:10 p.m. Central Time. And what I'm doing this for is I really want to support those heart-centered entrepreneurs, all of you out there that are on a mission, as I am, to create a positive difference in the world. And through the services that you're providing, you can. And I just know that it's something that for myself, it's not always the easiest to do it on our own. And so I want to support those of you out there that are looking for some inspiration, that they're looking for a community, looking for, hi there, Happy New Year to you. And for the many years that I've been in business, I've realized that one of the things that supported me is at the beginning of every year, I do a couple of things. I think of a word that supports me in sort of, where I am or where I've come from really the year before and where I'm wanting to be heading into the year ahead. And this year, working with one of my wonderful mentors, Rachel Jane Groover, my word was evolving. And so, this word came out in an exercise that I did with her. And if you haven't had a chance, hi, Vicki, nice to see you here. If you haven't had a chance to go to Rachel Jane Groover's, hello, Kelly, good to see you. Oh my gosh, that's been a long time since we've connected. Go to Rachel Jane Groover's page as well. And she has a live recording there. And that's the one that I followed. So my word that I came up with for 2021 is evolving. And it came from a really deep place. And I did some testing around it to ensure that was really settling in. And sure enough, that was it. And then I looked it up in the dictionary to find out, what is this, word really, mean? What does it mean to me? And it was around an evolution, but in a gradual way, if you know what I mean. Sometimes we're so out of the gates so quickly and we're trying to get things done. And so this word for me was very apropos, and maybe it resonates with you. And in terms of, oh, Neil, oh, awesome, possibilities. Oh my gosh, I love that. And isn't it wonderful that, we have these words that support our actions. So that's really what today is about. Again, the Insights for Heart-Centered Entrepreneurs is going to be every week at 1:10 Central Time. So for my friends on the Pacific Coast, it will be 11:10 or 11:11. That 1 minute kind of getting on there. So it's kind of a magical time of the day for a lot of us and an easy way to remember. So I'm so excited that the topic that I'm going to be doing today is what came from discovering my word for the year, which is evolving. From that, it led me into a exercise of just free flowing. What am I doing in 2021? What are my foundational, principles? What are my guiding? What's going to guide me and stay on the course throughout this year? And so, because as entrepreneurs, we often get stuck in our fears. I don't think there's anyone that would deny that whenever you're evolving or you're growing and you're expanding into stepping into your passion in another big way, there's stuff that comes up. So that's what this is all about, as I want to support you in being able to flow forward and do the work that I know you want. You are so good at doing. So many of you I know, Kelly, Neil, Vicki, so wonderful to see you here, so that you can stay grounded. Stay grounded while you're still moving. Does that make sense? So that you're still making that forward motion and you're really centered, you're really grounded, and you're really embodied into, who you are, and your mission. So you have that vision forward. So what happened, to get back to my topic, is I created a list of guiding principles for success. And I shared these just yesterday on the Holistic NLP Cafe, which, by the way, I'm going to be sharing a little bit about how you can join that. There's a free event coming up where we're going to go into this a little bit more of a deep dive. And I wrote down 20 guiding principles. There's my list, 20 guiding principles for success. So this is all about evolving more abundantly into your passion and making that positive impact in the world. And as, for me to go through the list right here on the call, I thought it may take a little bit too much time, but I do go through that in detail at the Holistic NLP Cafe, which is coming up, and I'll speak about that at the end. So what I would like to do is share 3 of the ones that they're all important, by the way. And I know for some of you, you may have even done this work yourself already, so it'll resonate with you. And I find reviewing it is so important, and just kind of, expanding, what are those foundational grounding principles for you? So the 3 that I want to share with you today, again, these are 3 of 20 that I wrote out. The first one is really a word that got my business started. So maybe some of you can resonate with a word or a phrase that at the beginning when you heard it, either it came from inside of you or you heard it, it was a download or it was a mentor who shared it. And for me, it was that. It was a mentor of mine who shared the word about being autonomous. And for me, being autonomous is really taking personal responsibility for myself. And because I believe that we're all stronger than we think we are. And also about the ability to be free to choose. And the freedom to choose it's so many dimensions around that. It could be the freedom to choose, in terms of how I'm going to act and behave in the world. It could be the freedom to choose for my business, that creative freedom of what do I want to make happen for my next, in this case, 2021. It can be freedom around just exploring who I am and discovering more about myself and going into, a deep dive once in a while and really rediscovering, because we change. So the whole autonomous word for me is, and I love that, whoever you are, because I know with StreamYard, there's a little step about getting identified. Someone has put down their word as progress. I so resonate with that as well. And yes, Neil, I agree. Flowing forward is really where we're wanting to be. And so this concept around being autonomous is so important to me. Maybe it resonates for you. As entrepreneurs, we really are quite autonomous. We are really in charge of the ship. We're the one driving ourselves forward. There's times that we are working in partnership with others and collaborating with other entrepreneurs. And sometimes we are, following someone else. But this word really is about taking that responsibility, getting out of our own skin, getting out of our own, limitations, and growing. So that was one of my guiding principles. That's kind of always been there for my business. And so it's no surprise it was the first one that I wanted to share with you. So thank you for listening for that. I'm so glad that you guys are all here. Vicki, we were on a call earlier today. It's good to see you again. I know the work you're doing is amazing. And Kelly, I want to hear more about the books that you're writing, because I know that's something that you have written some incredible books. And Neil, all the way from Calgary, so wonderful to see you. That's great. So the second word that I want to share with you is holistically authentic. Now, I explored this word authentic for many, many years to get a grasp of what it really means to me. As the other word that is also on my list a little further down is congruent. And I wanted to get some clarity around these 2 words and what is the difference to them. So for me, being authentic is really knowing who I am, because if I'm showing up and wanting to be truly who I am, truly who I want to be, I've got to know who that is. I've got to know what are my values, what are my patterns, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, what is important to me. And so my guiding principle in this area of being holistically authentic is to continue to know myself and checking in periodically. And am I in alignment with what I want to achieve? Are my values reflected in my goals and my outcomes and my intentions, right? So that was another one that came up kind of to the surface, to the top of the list. The third one, and again, all 20 of them are important for me, and I put this next one third on my list. It could move around, and I know you know what I mean, that this is all sort of a moving thing. The third one is outcome informed. And I think intuitively why I put that one there at the top is about, if I don't have an outcome that I'm working towards, then I'm just busy doing work. I'm just trying to put out fires. I'm trying to keep up with whatever needs to happen, whether it's serving clients, planning events, marketing. Oh my gosh, the amount of work that goes into marketing. So if I'm outcome informed, it means that every day I wake up and I know what it is that I want to accomplish every single day. So one of the things that I also have that I share very freely, by the way, because it's available on my business page, Positive You with Holistic Directions, is morning rituals. And one of those morning rituals is identifying my outcomes for the day. And there's 9 of them there that you could go and you can watch that as well. And I can post a link for that. But I just wanted to tie that together. And so those 3 were kind of the 3 that I wanted to share with you today. I have, like I say, there's 20 on the list. And I am going to share those with you in the Holistic NLP Cafe, which I hope you can come, which is Friday, this coming Friday on January 8th at 2 p.m. Central. It's a free event. And I'm going to be posting that link after this down below, and also giving you a tiny bit more information about that at the end. It's a Zoom call, of course. The second thing that I want to share with you today as something that will help guide you, I think, in the year to come, if you haven't got it already. I know many of you love doing vision boarding. And so this is kind of a similar sort of concept around having something down on paper that motivates you, that really connects to what it is you're wanting to achieve. It's a futuristic, visionary prompt to help you stay on track, right? Well, I like doing that in a slightly different way. So I create every year a mind map. So if you can see this, and we'll maybe even be able to screen capture, because I'm fine sharing this. This is my mind map for 2021, as you can see. And what it is it's, this is really, if you haven't done this already, it's so powerful. I'll show you where I got the concept of mind mapping from, by the way. This is the book, the Mind Map book. I've had this for a decade. I use it periodically, and inside here you'll see all kinds of amazing ways. There's so many different ways for mind mapping, and I have found for decades this has really, really helped me to, when I have a lot of concepts, a lot of thoughts, and I want to get them clear. If I'm developing a program, if I'm, for the book that I'm writing, this is the way that I get all my thoughts out before I write it out longhand. So I created this. Every year it's a little bit different. It's very much designed towards my business. I sometimes do one for my personal life as well. And so I'll just go through it very quickly. So of course, in the middle, you would put your name because you are your business. And then there's branches, main branches, and you can create your own branches. You don't have to follow mine. So this is just a little bit of a start to kind of get your creative juices going. So one of the branches that I have is, clients. So who do I serve? And, I serve heart-centered entrepreneurs and professionals that are wanting to perhaps emerge into entrepreneurship and people that are going through life transition. So I made it really clear. And I do this often because it's so easy with all the shiny objects. And, you know, as heart-centered entrepreneurs, we want to help everyone and we can. But in order for us to do the really powerful work that we want to do, it's really important to hone in on who do you really serve. So I repeat that. Sometimes it changes. So you may find that as well. So that is one of the branches, and I've identified that. Another one here are my systems. Who, you know, because, oh my gosh, without systems, my business would just crumble. One of my dear colleagues and friends, Nikki Chang Palace, is an expert in the space of creating systems and processes for your business. And we're going to be doing some really great work together this year. And suppliers. And this is just important, you know, in my business. Maybe there's a supplier that I've not been using that I want to actually just release, or there's a new, like right now I'm looking for a really user-friendly, easy CRM that I can use with my team as my team is growing, so we can communicate digitally. So if any of you know of a platform or app that, you know, would work for that, that would be great. Post it and share it with me. So that is really, you know, keeping my business intact. So things are being done when they're supposed to be doing, and planning is mindful. It's not always putting fires out. And that's not something I always did in my business, which is so odd coming from corporate, because that's what we did. I'll come up to, this is my kind of dream space I'll come back to at the end. Down here is the support people. These are the people that are my inner circle that support me. All of us, hopefully, you know, you've got some business business support people. So these might be if you have a virtual assistant, if you belong to a community and you have a mentor or coaches. These are all the coaches and mentors and people that support me there. Over here are my business partners. So one of them I wrote down. I'm really excited that the NLP Academy in the UK, where I am certified as a trainer, and all my NLP training has been over the last 12 years. And that is with John Grinder and Michael Carroll and Carmen Bostic St. Clair. They are one of my business partners. So I have them here. Hub is another one. I'm the director of Hub Winnipeg. Some of you are even in Hub. Vicky was on the call this morning. So I've got my business partners. And then I have investors. I have a big dream, which I'll come back to and share with you about what that means. And then at the bottom, these are all my 20 guiding principles. So it's like a foundation that supports everything. Now at the top, this is my new and evolving. I don't know if you can see that. New and evolving, right? So one of my dreams is to have my own retreat center, my own bricks and mortar retreat center. And I have had this dream now for quite some time. And I've been, you know, trying to figure out how could I make this happen. And I don't know for you, have you ever had a dream and it's so visceral? It's just so, when you bring it up, you know that's what you want. And you don't quite know how to make it happen. And so I've been processing this question for quite a few years now, probably about 3. And it dawned on me when I was doing this mind map that where this could come to fruition is by having an angel investor. So I have a category for investors, and I'm putting out an intention that there's someone out there that wants to work in partnership, or something will materialize. I know, because I've done it before, where I've set a really powerful intention and it just happens. Whether it's the law of attraction, or, you know, our filters will be affected by whatever we're paying attention to, right? So my intention is to have a retreat center, and my attention is going to be on how will that happen. And so that angel investor is on my chart for the year. And of course, my Authentic Life Mastery, which my big program is always evolving, as is my online portal, my Holistic Directions Academy for learning, with all my programs and everything that I offer people. So that is what I wanted to share with you. And I wanted to invite you to join me on Friday, January 8th, looking at my calendar, and at 2 p.m. Central Time. So it will be 12 noon Pacific, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, and 3 p.m. Eastern. And for my friends in England, it will be, I think, 8 p.m. So it's still early enough that maybe you can join me on Friday. It's actually a repeat of the NLP Cafe we did yesterday, where we're going to go through all 20 guiding principles. There will be an exercise where you will be doing that for yourself, so you can start to freely write out, what is supporting you, what are those values and those principles that are really important to you that'll keep you supported in your plan for the year. And then we're going to be doing the mind mapping. So at the end of that class, you're going to have this. And what I'm going to be doing after the class is over on Friday is I'm going to be putting this up on my wall in front of my computer so I can look up at that. And I don't know about you, but having that, checking in regularly to ensure, am I on the right path? Have I gotten off piste? And, in order to keep this passion for, being a positive impact in the world really alive and really thrive as entrepreneurs. That's my mission, is to help you all really thrive. And we're all in the same space. The world needs you, and it needs me, and it needs us as a community. And so I am just so excited that I'm going to be doing this every Wednesday at 1:11 p.m. Central. I said 1:10, 1:11 p.m. Central. Join me here. I'll be offering insights. And so for now, I wanted to say thank you. Mwah. Oh, by the way, so the Zoom link for Friday's Holistic NLP Cafe will be posted below after this video is complete, as I'm new to using StreamYard this way. And so I think after it's done, I can post a comment there. It'll be a manual registration. Typically, we have a different system, but because yesterday when we did the Holistic NLP Cafe, some of the people, and I'm so sorry for this, by the way, were not able to get on the call. So I'm repeating it, as it was a very powerful exercise. So that's it, people. Thank you so much. I really look forward to seeing you hopefully on Friday. And keep posting your comments below, and ask your questions. And let's share as a community. And this work that we're doing needs to happen. The world needs it so much right now. I really want you to evolve as well. And also share your word. Some of you have shared your words: progress, possibilities, and yes, flowing forward. And love you too, Neil. And say hello to your wonderful wife as well. And yeah, thanks so much for listening. And we'll see you next week, if not on Friday. That is January the 8th at 2 p.m. Central for the Holistic NLP Cafe, where we will be going through the whole process of the 20 guiding principles for success. And I will give you all 20 of those. Then you'll go through an exercise with a partner so that you can, do that sort of, holistic, if you will, download. If you haven't done that already, it's so important to just explore what's going to support you this year. We've got another challenging year ahead of us. I think it's going to be a very expanding year as well. And it's going to be nothing like last year. It's going to be very different. I think many of us are in the space of holding space, of being in the space of loving, of being more kind, and being more compassionate. And we've learned to do things differently, like being online instead of maybe in person. And we are going to be in person again. We all know that. And yet for many of us, this shift to online has really served many of us so well, as we now can spread what we're doing to the world. And many of the people in my community, Paige Stevenson is another one that was on our hub call this morning, which is Hub is another group that, we have going here in Winnipeg, Hub Winnipeg. And Paige works with families who have family members that are depressed. She has some amazing programs. I could go through the list. Ashley, as well. Ashley Farazan, who works with gut health. Catherine Sakley Stevens is going to be our speaker next week on Hub, and she helps people with entrepreneurs with their social media. Everyone in this group has, no matter what it is that they're doing, has learned how to do that as good as, if not better than how they were doing it in person, because of what happened in 2020 online. It has actually increased our ability to reach more people in the world, and the quality of the online is improved, and it's much more engaging, and it's much more collaborative. And I know and I believe that everything counts. So come on here and join me every week. Tell your friends. Also, I have a YouTube page, and the link is there in the copy above. So please go there and follow and subscribe, because that's maybe more convenient for you to watch the lives on YouTube. Or you might want to watch them here on Facebook on the Expand Your Influence event. And I'm going to be having some exciting news coming up with Expand Your Influence. We are going to be hosting the event again this year in October. So those dates will be announced very soon. And what else do I want to share before we sign off? Let's see. The NLP Cafe is coming up Friday. I've already mentioned that. So I think that's it, folks. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. Please share this. If you know anyone who is an entrepreneur, who is in that heart-centered space, who is looking for some inspiration and some insights, something, and sometimes it's hearing just one thing that can shift your whole perspective for the day. And so I want to support you in being, staying positive, doing the work that you're doing, not getting held back by any fears or anything at all. It doesn't even have to be fears. It just can be, you don't know what to do. There will be some of these insights where I may share some of the technology that I've learned. It hasn't been easy muddling through the millions of options. And so I have discovered some things that actually work really well, being one of these, which is StreamYard. Thank you to Neil for recommending StreamYard to me, because it has improved as well. So not only have we advanced our knowledge and how we use the internet, but I don't know if many of you have noticed that many of the applications have actually improved the way they operate and offered more features and ways of using them easier for people who are new to the online. So it's easier than ever to get online. So maybe doing a video for your community is something you want to do. And so we could even do a live on that. I'm not claiming I'm an expert. I'm certainly in a community of experts, though, and I am looking forward to referring people as well, and building each other up as we rise and make those positive difference in the world. So thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you being here. We will see you, if not on Friday, for the NLP Cafe. We'll see you next week, Wednesday, here live. Have a great day. Bye for now.